Need a better defense in Madden 23?
Nope.
Whether you guys want to get instant sacks,
Oh my God!
get more takeaways, or just want to shut down your opponent's run game, this is the video for you. If you want to see the shutdown defense I'm using to allow only 4 points a game in online gameplay, stick around after the intro. For the cheapest, fastest, most reliable MUT coins on the market, check out my coin sponsors at aoeah.com and use discount code MONEY for 3% off. Link in the description below. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys 5 different run and pass defenses that all can be found in my multi-D defensive ebook. This is the best defensive playbook to use right now, as it has been one of the meta playbooks for the last few Maddens. If you want to see more defensive play videos from this playbook, make sure to be a subscriber, hit the like button, let me know in the comments section. But if you don't want to wait for that, you can download my ebook right now. Link is in the description. It's also going to be in the top pinned comment. And I just want to give a special thanks and a special shout out to all the people that support my channel in this way. All of today's plays will be showing gameplay clips from previous videos, so if you want to see more about these defenses, I will have links in the description for them as well. The first defense I will go over is easily the best run defense in the game, and if you watch any of my previous videos, I'm sure you've seen me use this in each and every one of them. That play is the 3-4 odd cover 4 quarters. This run defense is so dominant and important to my defensive scheme that I won't even use a playbook that doesn't have this play in it. The setup is highly adjustable and can have quite a few steps, but if you're not very good at making adjustments, the easiest way to set this defense up more effectively is to either manually walk these safeties down in the box or simply pinch the entire defense by hitting the RB or R1 button, whether you're on Xbox or PlayStation, and then down the left stick. This will bring the entire secondary down, including the safeties and cornerbacks. The safeties are really the MVP of this defense, as they will essentially run commit against any run play as long as you don't guess pass, filling the inside and outside lanes like extra linebackers, which is why having them close to the line of scrimmage is so important. This adjustment also pinches the defensive line and linebackers to take away any inside rush lanes, making this a very difficult defense to run against. Doing this adjustment is best saved for inside the red zone though, as this adjustment also brings the cornerbacks down, which can make them more easily beat over the top. A better setup to use is to baseline show blitz and then baseline again, which will bring the safeties down but not the cornerbacks. This is done by hitting the wire triangle before each of the next few steps to bring up the coverage adjustment screen. Then right on the right stick, left on the right stick, then right on the right stick again. You will still have the ability to pinch or spread your defensive linebackers as you so choose after making this adjustment to take away any inside or outside run lanes, and your cornerbacks will be in a better position for any pass plays. Additional options like playing underneath coverage, which will hard flat your outside linebackers, can really help when it comes to run defense outside, especially if you set your flats to 0 in the coaching adjustments. They will get outside and do a much better job of maintaining outside rush lanes. If your opponent is in a situation where you're pretty sure they're going to run, you could always run commit as well by hitting the RB or R1 button, then left, right, or down the right stick depending on what direction you think they're going to go. Doing this from this formation is almost guaranteed to get your opponent blown up for a loss. Next up, the loop blitz from the nickel 3-3 was one of the meta blitzes early in Madden 23, but has since been slightly patched, making it slower and less effective. A similar setup from a different play in the formation though might be the new meta very soon, and that play is the LB Blitz 1. You get the same man coverage from the previous play, but you get a much faster and more direct blitz. To set this blitz up, first you want to pinch the defensive line by hitting the D-pad left and down, then spread your linebackers by hitting the D-pad right and up on the D-pad. Then QB contain by hitting the RB or R1 button twice. This step is very important, as you want to make sure that your blitzing linebackers are not in the QB contain lanes. If they are, they will still loop around like the loop blitz, which is fine, but if you walk them outside of the contain lanes and let the defensive ends be into the contain lanes, they will often get in much faster through the A or B gap. The last steps are to blitz the user middle linebacker, who is typically covering the running back, and hover the guard gap before dropping back post snap into coverage. Doing this will create inside pass rush lanes for the linebackers, or a lot of times if the interior linemen try to switch over, they will let the QB contain defensive ends in free. The next blitz is probably my current favorite blitz and base defense in the game, and that is the dime normal DB Blitz 0. The 4 down defensive linemen make for a good inside run defense, and the blitzing outside cornerbacks make for a good outside run defense. But where this play really excels at is the blitz. To set this up for both run and pass, first press the secondary, which is wire triangle, then down on the left stick. This will slow the wide receivers down off the line, giving the blitzing slot corners more time for the blitz, as well as put them in a better angle to get to the quarterback faster. If you have enough time, it's best to manually move them closer to the line of scrimmage if they are too far away, but it is not necessary, as the blitz will work regardless. The next step is to pinch the defensive line by hitting the D-pad left and then D-pad down. then slant them outside by hitting the D-pad left and up on the right stick. This will once again remove any inside run lanes, but also condense and control the blocking linemen for blitzing quarterbacks to get past them faster. Guessing pass will once again get the cornerbacks to the QB faster, as it will ignore any play actions, but it will also hurt your run defense, so use at your own discretion. I also like to blitz my user and hover the guard gap before dropping into coverage, but I really find it's not necessary for this defense. The blitz will still have success, as it's really more just a habit since most of the blitzes that I use have this trick. Since I don't want to make this entire video about overpowered man zero defenses, the next blitz I'm going to show is going to be one you can do from zone defense, whether it's cover 2 or cover 3. The more commonly known play is from the dollar defense called the DB Fire 2. It has also been one of the meta blitzes and pass defenses for the last several Maddens due to the speed of the blitzing cornerbacks coming off of the edge, and this year is no different. To set this defense up, you will once again be pressing the secondary by hitting the Y or triangle button and down on the left stick. This is once again about improving the blitzing angle of the cornerback. So if you don't want your outside cover corners pressing, you can always just manually move the blitzing slot corners to the line, but you might not always find you have time pre-snap. The next step is once again to blitz your user, which can be either one of the vert hook linebackers, and then hover the guard gap pre-snap once again before dropping into coverage. When choosing which linebacker is best to use as the user defender, I find it's best to take whichever one has the least responsibility, seeing as you might get caught up on a block and leave you susceptible to quick throws over the middle, which your opponent will eventually figure out, and seeing as they have to get rid of the ball quickly, this might be their only option. The last few steps are optional if you have time, but they will definitely improve the blitz while simultaneously making your run defense way worse. So be sure to only use these defenses when you know your opponent has to pass. You can spread the defensive line and QB contain to make it harder for the offensive tackles to rotate out to pick up the cornerbacks, and you can guess pass once again, setting the blitzing cornerbacks directly after the quarterback. Getting into the full setup should leave your opponent little time to get a pass away, but if they do, cover 2 zone is not a very good pass defense, especially in deep pass coverage. So if you're using my Miami Dolphins defensive ebook, you can run this exact same blitz from the next formation simply by switching over to the dime 1-4. The play is called the spinner dog 3, and it is the exact same setup, only with better pass defense behind it. The last play is one of the newer defenses, as it has only been in the game since Madden 20, and no one really started using it until last year. The play is out of the 4-3 even 6-1, and it's called the Sam Will Blitz. That's right, another man blitz 0, right? The setup from this is different based off of which YouTuber you get it from, but everyone agrees that this is one of the meta blitzes in the game. One popular setup is just to shift the line and then hover the center pre-snap with the user before dropping back into coverage, but I find that it leaves a big run lane right over the middle. The best setup for both run and pass to me is to pinch the defensive line, which is once again D-pad to the left and down, then slant the defensive line outside, which is D-pad to the left and up on the right stick. This will sure up that run lane up the middle, and you will get instant pressure the same way if you simply blitz the user and hover the gap pre-snap once again. Guessing pass is once again very helpful, but you really want to do this only when you expect your opponent to run, and you'll notice that you get pressure off of both sides of the line of scrimmage from both outside linebackers. So that's the video. If you guys want to see more defensive videos like this, just make sure to be a subscriber, as I try to put out a defensive video at least once a week. Hit the like button and let me know in the comments section. I'll also have a longer gameplay video popping up on the screen right now, going into more detail on the Sam Will Blitz. If you guys want to see that, just click the link. And that's it. Thanks for watching, man. Money shit out. Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.